Hey everybody, it is Urban Libertarian reporting from deep within the bowels of Crazy Town, California, La La Land. It is March 28th, 2017, and I saw something in the news today and I just had to talk about it. So many things going on, but this is really close to home. I'd like to talk to topics that are close to home, Los Angeles, Southern California, California. Want to talk about racism and the rise of racism, or not about the rise of racism, but just racism in the world right now, what's going on. So here's the Merriam-Webster's definition of racism: a belief that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race. A doctrine and political program based on assumption of racism and designed to execute its principles. Political or social system founded on racism. And 3, a racial prejudice or discrimination. Now, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that when I read this next article. Where was it? So this is coming from the LA Daily News. So there's a school in North Hollywood. North Hollywood school faces cuts because of rise in white student population. So the school is getting defunded because there's too many quote-unquote white people. Now, how is that not racism? And then look at here. I just noticed this. Our public schools provide transparency. It's for the United Teachers Los Angeles. wearepublicschools.org. We provide transparency, accountability, access to all, and student empowerment. Well, apparently not access to all if you're white. It's really disappointing. If you know North Hollywood, it's a suburb, I guess, of Los Angeles. It's a decent area, a lot of acting and stuff going on, but it's just a pretty much working class area. So let's just read this, okay? And then I will comment as we go along. Walter Reed Middle School in North Hollywood is one of 9 schools in Los Angeles Unified School District facing staff cuts and in turn larger class sizes because of the percentage of non-white students has dipped below 70%. Well, they shouldn't have done that. That's where they screwed up. They shouldn't have had so many damn white students. And as we'll see, white could actually be Latin and Hispanic students. Following a 1978 Los Angeles Superior Court ordered integration program, LASD schools in neighborhoods with large minority populations get more funding when the proportion of white students is below 30%. Well, isn't that nice? The non-white population at Reed Middle School has fallen below the 70% mark for the past 2 years, those racists. According to a March 22nd letter sent to parents from local district Northeast Superintendent Lida Del Cueto. And look at this. When they, obviously, these are obviously quote-unquote minorities, they'll never put white children on here because the school's not for them. The school's for non-white people. What a fucking joke. I'm sorry. See, I'm already cussing. It's so racist. It is so racist. See if I can get through this. The district has continued to fund the school as if it still met the 70% threshold. Well, that's nice of them, of Hispanic, Black, Asian, and non-Anglo students. What if you fall somewhere in the middle? But in the fall, the school will no longer be counted as predominantly minority. Oh no, those fucking racist children. If the total enrollment doesn't change, that could mean cutting 5 teaching positions and 1 counselor position, said Sandra Gephardt Fontana, instructional director for Local District East. Fontana also wanted to allay fears that surfaced March 15th, meeting with the parents that 1 nurse and 1 librarian position could be cut. However, she said those cuts were never on the table. As for the 5 teaching positions, 1 counselor, those jobs still could be saved, Fontana said. The district has looked into an alternative method that would fund the school under a per-pupil spending model. Wow, what a bright idea. Fund the school for each student. Wow, that's revolutionary. Who thought of that one? In addition, it will provide additional resource to the school and should ameliorate, I don't even know what that word means, the loss. See, I went to public schools. There you go. It's not exactly sure how many positions will be preserved by that, but it does provide additional resources. Oh, well, thanks for making me feel better. That also could avert class sizes in English, math, history, and social sciences. She said that those could have increased from 35 to 39 students. My God, that's already 35. That's already a lot of students. Most LAUSD schools do qualify as predominantly Hispanic, Black, Asian, or non-Anglo, Fontana said. Oh, well, that's good. Wow. Thank God they qualify as predominantly Hispanic, Black, Asian, or non-Anglo. That really helps. The other 8 other schools will lose that status because of changing demographics are 3rd Street Elementary in Hancock Park, racist. Broadway Elementary School, very racist in Venice. Dahlia Heights Elementary School, Eagle Rock, wow, what a bunch of racists over there. Knollwood Preparatory Academy Elementary in Granada Hills, Plainview Academy, Charter Academy in Tahunga, Stonehurst Avenue in Sun Valley, Emerson Community in Westwood, and Grant High School, blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to power through this and get to what I want to say. So she has heard from more than 15 mixed ethnicity couples with children at the school who are censoring themselves when identifying their ethnicity in the district documents. They're concerned that in the current political climate, where immigration and deportation have become high-profile topics, identifying as non-white could have consequences. No, identifying white has consequences. You lose your school funding when you identify as white. The feeling is you must be Caucasian or white to get the most advantages. Well, obviously, are you not opening your eyes and paying attention? Look at your school's getting defunded because it's too white. It's a disadvantage to be white. It helps us celebrate our diversity, and when you're a mixed household, claim that. And that's what I want. And that's the thing I want to get to. Okay, let's finish this. And then one thing I highlighted, they're assuming that because you're here in the United States, you put white. She said, especially with the Hispanic community that I speak to, they're very fearful since the election. I'm part of the Hispanic community. I'm not fearful. I have a U.S. passport. I was born here. I'm fine. My wife wasn't. However, she has a permanent residency card. She has a green card. I'm not worried for fucking shit. You only have to be worried if you're a fucking illegal, and you should be worried. Give me a fucking break. And if you're worried and you're a legal citizen or illegal, or you were a naturalized or you're a natural citizen, if you're worried, then you've got fucking brain cells missing because you don't need to be worried. And I also wanted to talk about identifying with white and what that means in Caucasian. Just because you can be Hispanic and be white. You can be Hispanic and be Asian. You can be Hispanic and be Black. Oh my God. This is such an interesting concept. I never thought about that. I mean, give me a fucking break. Not everybody from Mexico or El Salvador or somewhere south of the United States is brown colored. There are a lot of white people, especially in Mexico. They're the people that run that fucking country. Okay? And a lot of Latin people are put under the Caucasian or white race whenever you do when you do like the census and stuff. And it's up for debate. It just depends. Look, if you're born in Mexico, you could be 100% non-white and be 100% indigenous. You could be 100% European and not indigenous. That's why there's called mestizo, which is a mixed blood. And that's what it was trying to say. So how do you fill out that form if you're mixed? What do you do? They'll usually only give you one check mark. So then you put white and Hispanic or white and Black and Hispanic. I don't know. I haven't seen the form. But this is ridiculous. If this isn't the most obvious form of racism I've ever seen. Look at this. Our schools deserve transparency, accountability. Roxana Duenas. Here we go. Look at these advertisements. There we go. There's the one white person they got to throw in there in the I don't know why it's advertising school stuff to me, but it's a joke. They're saying if you have too many white people that you get your funding cut. And let me tell you, I live in LA. This is my home. This is my hood. If you drive by the schools, think about it. These are only 9 schools in Los Angeles. Let's look. How many schools there are in Los Angeles? These are the list of schools in Los Angeles. And there are only 9 of these have more than 30% white people. That's a lot of schools. That's a lot of kids. That's a small minority, or actually, so the majority of schools are a minority. To me, it seems like they're not a minority. The majority of schools are minority, majority, and majority, minority. If you get what I'm saying. So it seems to me, if anything, they need to skew it back the other way and get more white people in those schools. Because when I drive by these schools, I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with immigration. If these people were legal immigrants, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. But I fucking know they're not, and you know they're fucking not too. Don't fucking lie to me. You know it. I know it. The whole world fucking knows it, and we pretend it's not true. Okay? So let's go through some of the comments. But yeah, I drive around. I mean, there's schools just full of. I was over by. I don't know why, but Korean people like living over on the west side, over at the, I can't think of it. It's across the street from the Grove. But the whole apartment complex is Korean. And that's cool. I have no problem with that. It's just kind of weird when you see a whole school's Korean. It's very strange. They're doing, that's good for the school apparently, because they won't lose their teachers. Good for them, I guess. But I mean, the comments, people are right on with me here. You know, look at this. Imagine if the headline said, North Hollywood School faces cuts because of rise in black student population. White people continue to put up with this. Steady drumbeat of anti-white policies and practices are the bread and butter of liberalism. Never ceases to amaze me. I could go on and on. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is so racist. And I know I'm making this video for people who aren't in LA or in California, but it is so hard to live here. It is insane. It is insane. So that's about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I really appreciate it. Even if you disagree with me, that's even better. You know, and I'm not looking for, I don't know, any kind of validation that I'm right or that I'm right. But if you think I'm right, that's cool. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm wrong, that's cool too. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.